Hi, in this video, I want to talk about the disadvantages of simple RC filters. RC filters are also called passive filters. Okay, let me just write it here, passive. The reason why they are called passive filters is basically because the components that we are using to build this filter, which is the resistance and the capacitor, are passive components. What do you mean by passive components? Passive components are components that do not have a power supply connected to them. Okay, so they work basically by using the power that the input is giving them, right? So in this circuit, where is the power to generate this output coming from? It's only coming from V in. There is no external power supply connected in the circuit, and that's why this is called a passive filter. Okay, so what are the disadvantages of passive filters? Now, the first disadvantage you can see if you draw a gain frequency curve, and we've already talked about the gain frequency curve. It looks something like this. Now, what is the highest gain that you can get in this filter? The highest gain is a gain of 1 here, right? You cannot get a gain of more than 1. So what that means is that the amplitude of V out cannot be more than the amplitude of V in. It will always be same or less, right? And that is the first disadvantage. So you cannot get a gain of more than 1. Now, the other disadvantage that we want to look at is, you can see it when you have two of these filters together and you put them together. Now, remember what we said in the previous video? We said you could make a higher order filter by putting two low pass filters together. So what we'll do is, let's connect these two filters. So if we connect these two filters, and there is an exercise after this video for you to calculate the output, what's going to happen is this filter, the first filter, is going to be loaded because of the second filter. And you can see that very easily, right? Now, if these were not connected, all the current that flows through this resistance flows through the capacitor. And that's how we derive the output of this filter, right? But if once you connect this, the current that is going through this resistor is going to be divided into this branch and this branch. And suddenly you start to have loading, and this circuit's behavior changes. And that's another disadvantage of your passive filters. When you put cascade filters, or you put filters one after another, the later filters load the filters that go before them. So what are the two disadvantages? Just in summary: one, the gain is always less than 1, and second, there is loading. And we'll see how we are going to make filters using op amps that take away these disadvantages.